Hello, and welcome to Perplex Damage. Basically, today's video is going to be a review of the weekend, because with our work schedule, we have to work every other weekend. So with the weekend that we have off, we try to get in a few games on Fridays and Saturdays. So, okay. We're going to start off with the game for Friday night. Pretty much that was a 400-point modern team. And basically I ran Legion of Doom. I ran Solomon Grundy at 200 points. So this guy is really awesome. So I think I got him like about a week and a half ago, and I've already played him like 3 times. So pretty awesome. I also played Bizarro at 75 points, and then I can't seem to find him right now, but I played the Fast Forces Black Manta. So very cool, very cool team. My main thing that I needed to do was get win map choice. I unfortunately did not get it in the 3 games. I wanted to play, I had the Pacific Ocean from Fear itself, which is what I have here, or my other map was going to be the Flooded Wakanda. Hold on a second. Give myself a little drink here. And it was going to be the Flooded Wakanda. But unfortunately I did not get those rolls. So the only time that I had water was in the A versus X map that had all the blocking buildings, and then it had a small little thing of water around the center. That's the only time. The main reason why he had water was because Black Manta, you can actually put him in water and beat him up, and he's got +2 to speed and +2 to damage. Also, or +2 to speed, +2 to defense. And also Solomon Grundy, of course, he's got that. You can heal him 1 on beginning your turn if he's in water or hindering, so that would have helped him out. But fortunately, that didn't work for me. So anyways, so basically the first game I played a Sinestral Corpse team. It was 378 and consisted of Buddha Vane at 19, Romat Rue at 13, 13A, Lisa Drac at number 21, and Carol Sill at 37, and she had the pact that she did, the dog pack. So this was an interesting team. The pack, actually, the dogs tried to do their 3 Blades Claws on me, on Solomon Grundy. They missed the first 2 rolls, and then, well, no, they did lousy in the first 3, or first 2 blades, and then they did like a 2 because it goes down 1, so they did a 2 for blades for the 3rd one, but he had impervious, so basically soaked it in. So, and I ended up KOing Carousel and Romat Rue, and basically breaking down Bodovian down to literally where he's at like half of his dial, and he's like 3 clicks away from KO, so he's around the energy shield. And he was based with Bizarro and Solomon Grundy, and you know that Bodovian has where all lines of fire are blocked to him unless you're within 2 squares. And but he was based, and Lysa Drake was about 8 squares away. So unfortunately, he called the game before his team was KO'd, because he's one of the guys I actually like at the venue, but and I don't mean that, but he's actually a really good player. And he decided to call it early, so it doesn't happen too often, but I ended up getting points. Second game was I played one of the judges, and he played the Guardians of the Galaxy team. Played Star-Lord, number 1 from the regular set. Rocket Raccoon, 102 from the starter. Drax the Destroyer, 104, with the full utility belt from the starter. And Gamora, 103A, I think she was 75 points. And he also played the Guardians of the Galaxy ATA, which is basically their powers can't be countered. So if you had willpower or Indom, pretty much everybody was power cosmic. So that's only 4 points too. So keep that in mind. And then we did. So basically that game. It's a tough game. Picture utility belt on Drax, who's got charge, super strength, exploit, just terrible, you know. He ended up basing Solomon Grundy, taking him out pretty fast, and basically the only person I KO'd was Rocket Raccoon, and I think that's like 75 points. So that was kind of a bad team. Or bad game for me. Third game, I played a Sinestro Corps team again, and I had 2 Sinestro Corps recruits. Number 3, Romat Rue, 13A, and of course Sinestro Corps Marine, and of course the Weaponer of Quad at 221 or 211. Yeah, pretty much. The Weaponer picked up the rain. And yeah, kept the distance, penetrating damage. So you kind of figure out what happened. So I was able to KO a Sinestro Corps recruit, and only got 50 points for that game. So Friday night I went 1-2. Hold on a second. Friday night I went 1-2, and I got about 507 points total. I got 6 out of about 10 players. And the prize support, you can go on our Instagram and check out the table of prize support that we had. We always have a lot of good stuff. They usually open up quite a few boosters. And so basically prize support for me was Black Talion. We got our 3rd Black Talion, so pretty cool. So my brother was happy that we picked him up. And then I got from the War of Light, I don't have her yet, but it's Boudica. So pretty cool. Charged blades, 3 damage showing, pretty sweet flyer. Hey. And basically, yeah, so that was my prize support. Last night's game was you built a 300 point. This scenario was focused more on Golden Age figures, so you were recommended to play Golden Age figures. There was two winners. One got the normal most points. The other one was went by the number of figures that were like really old, and that went to a girl that played like 6 like female characters. So she ended up being the first for that. Excuse me. Anyways, I was going to play Brotherhood of Mutants, and it was going to be GSX Magneto. I know he's not too old, but he's about 3 years old. GSX Magneto, and then I was going to go really old school and play a old school Destiny, old school Scarlet Witch, and the Wolverine from the Ultimates set. And I brought 2 teams because I was like, I'm going to see if anybody, nobody else, if people run in heavy hitters, I'm going to play more of a modern team. So, of course, I kept with the same weekend routine. Solomon Grundy at 200 and Bizarro at 100. Now, with this scenario, too, is that you could buy one single countertop display. So, I decided to go with Yu-Gi-Oh! Because you might as well try to pick up as much the Yu-Gi-Oh! Things as you can. So, I got Thousand Eyes Idol. He's pretty sweet. He's got 8 range, outwit, end cap, and mind control, and willpower. So he's pretty cool. Pretty cool little nifty little guy. And the first game I played a guy that I haven't played in like a year. And I also found out that he just got a job at the comic book venue, so that was pretty sweet. But he played the Amazing Spider-Man Dracula, Ron Var, the 103, I think it's participation prize, maybe, from War of Light. And also, he also pulled from Yu-Gi-Oh! He pulled the Hero's Shadow Scout, which is pretty cool. He had leap climb, prob, toughness, so pretty cool character. So basically, what that came down to was that I KO'd Ron Var, and the Hero Shadow Scout took a little while because he got Dracula up to his top click, and basically, yeah, it was kind of a fist fight after I took care of Hero Shadow, KO'd that, and he KO'd Bizarro, got the 4 tokens off of him. It was a fist fight between Solomon Grundy and Dracula at top click is kind of brutal. So I took the loss on that, and I got 134 points from that. The second game, I played kind of a younger kid. He's probably about 10, 11 or so. And the cool thing about that is that whenever you play kids, you're most likely to win, but just being able to teach the new players, some of how to use the abilities and all that is pretty cool. So he played Groot at number 9 from the regular set. I think it was like 198, 189, which is actually a pretty sweet character. I think he was like 198. Pretty sweet, pretty fun character. And then he played Flatman at 21 from Wolverine and the X-Men. And then he pulled for his figure from his countertop, he pulled Nebula, number 10. And so we started the game, and about the second turn around, I started counting up his points, and I'm like, did you know that you're at 226? Because technically you don't count the countertop with your original 300-point team. So let's say you build a 300-point team, and you pulled a countertop figure that was like 200 points, you would do 300 and then the 200, so you'd be playing a total of 500 points. So he was only playing 226 because he thought that he counted the Nebula for like 299 or whatever. So I was like, you should be able to add in 74 more points. And I was like, yeah, I'll allow that. And so he pulled out the Irina Rail from, it's the one that Glenn Close plays in the movie. And so she was like 60 points. And it was cool because I got to teach him about, mastermind and outwit and stuff like that. So perplex and when to use it and stuff like that. So that was cool. I tell you what, I KO'd like all the characters, but Groot, oh man, he's so good. And he even has outwit. Freaking Groot has outwit. Who'd have thought, I don't know what is more strange about the Guardians of the Galaxy set, that Groot has outwit or Drax has 6 range. I don't know. I don't get it. Okay. Okay. So my third game was Ronin, at 300 from the starter set. And the guy pulled Berserk Gorilla from the Yu-Gi-Oh set, number 2 from that. And this guy had only been playing for about 3 weeks now, and I told him how to use the running shot and all that, but I wasn't going to tell him about running shot, pulse wave, or the outwit, because in Heroclix, when you're playing tournaments and you're actually playing for, a discount for the week at the store, you don't exactly tell your opponent what he can and can't do. So, so it's all fair in Heroclix, So, so I didn't tell him about the outwit or the running shot pulse wave. So, so I ended up KOing both of those characters. Ronin was very tough to get through, but I did it. Yay! I've actually beat that Ronin twice, so pretty cool. Alright, so for that I went 2-1, and let me tell you my brother's team before I finalize that up. Alright, my brother played kind of an older figure team. He wanted to go to try to get the second winner out. So basically he played the Rampaging Hulk, which is pretty sweet. He's the guy that can literally bring like light objects. So pretty cool. Okay. He's a pretty good character. He played the paramedic at 12 points for a little bit of some support. And then he played Night Thrasher, old school New Warriors team. So, that is not too bad. I mean, he's got 4 range with outwit and charge. Pretty efficient, Played Blink from Monsters and Mutations. Or Mutations and Monsters, I believe it is Monsters and Mutations. And then he played Justice. So, Justice is pretty sweet. On his dial, he's got 10 range, flight, 8 running shot with 10 attack, TK, barrier at 17, and 3 damage showing. So, pretty awesome older figure right here. Alright, and he also pulled Yu-Gi-Oh!, which was amazing that he pulled this. We were like so happy. He pulled a Chase. Yeah! He pulled the Red Eyes Blue Dragon. Yeah! Look at that thing. It is so cool. We were pretty happy that we pulled that. And I think he got 4th place. So, and, okay. So, anyways, I went 2-1 at, 863 points I got 3rd out of about 8 players. And the guy that I said that got the job there, he got 1st overall with his Dracula. Because Dracula's awesome. But because he already worked there, he wasn't going to give him the automatic. Well, he gave him the win, but he wasn't going to give him the win for the week for the extra discount since he already gets a discount. So it went to the girl who had like 6 older figures, and so she won it for the week. So congrats to her. She's won it a lot. So so her and her husband played. So that's pretty sweet. And I ended up. So yeah. So 3rd out of 8 players. So pretty good group of guys there. So I'm pretty happy that they're actually getting back up there in numbers for Heroclix players. So, and anyways, and then we came back later on because it was his shift to do Magic, and so we were like, well, we're gonna come back. I'm gonna bring some trade bait for you, see if I can't get a couple figures off of him, and then playing a game. So we built a 500-point team, and he was able to play and still monitor Magic and still monitor the store because it was a really small venue. So, so me and my brother and him played, and so I played Tiamat. I played two guys I've never played before. Played Tiamat. He's a lot of fun. So he has charge with 10, 12 attack with super strength, 18 defense for invincible, and 5 damage for exploit weakness. Also has movement attack, which is pretty sweet. But the cool thing about him is he picked up an object which would deal 7 damage. You give him a token, he chooses to do another action against the same player, and after that action resolves, you can remove a token. So, woo! You know, this guy's a lot of fun. You know, he actually survived that game. So, but my brother was doing some penetrating damage to him, so knocked him down, but he still survived. And then I played the LE from Invincible Iron Man, the Absorbing Man. This guy is awesome. He went up against like an Iron Man and War Machine, the duo from Invincible Iron Man. And the cool thing about him is that not only did I pick up a heavy object, so he was +2 to attack and +2 to damage, but also he's got a cool special defense. Yeah, his defense is 15. He's got like 5 clicks of life. You hit him for 5, he's dead. But anyways, he has where when he's attacked, the damage that he's dealt before he takes damage, he rolls a d6. If that d6 roll does not come up with the same amount of damage that he's taking, he ignores it. Doesn't take it. That ability cannot be ignored or countered. Whoa! You know, this guy's cool. He had like 3 damage on him, 4 damage on him. Iron Man War Machine dual attacked him. He got around all those damage. You know, pretty cool. And then I played White Witch, and number 87, because you know what? White Witch is awesome. So what she does with her power action, free action, game changer. Okay. So that game, it finished up a little bit early, but a lot of fun practicing these two figures. So very cool. I was also able to do some trade bait with the guy. I picked up the Iron Man LE from Invincible Iron Man, the see-through one. Pretty awesome figure there. And then I finally got from him, from the Teen Titans set, I got Deathstroke, 37A. So finally, it's a pretty cool Deathstroke. I've never had my chance to get him, so now I have him. So pretty sweet. Okay. So that's how Heroclix went. I also need to remind you, get another drink. I also need to remind you that I think you have, let me see, it's 6 o'clock Sunday morning. You have about 18 hours, midnight to night, to either subscribe to YouTube or my Instagram, Perplex Damage, or become a follower on Twitter on @PerplexDamage, and comment on the advertisement on the Twitter and Instagram. Leave a comment here on YouTube, and like this video too, for your chance to win this A vs. X Phoenix Buster Iron Man. So we got quite a few entries already, and I'm just going to tell you exactly how I'm going to do it. In the past, I actually had a bucket full of names, a little piece of paper, shook it up, and drawn. I'm going to do something a little bit different. Basically, what I have here is I got my Galaxy tab, and there is a website which is pick a random number, and basically what it has here, you can see it. You can see it pretty well. What it has is it says, I want a number between 1 and such, and so I went with 50, 50, and okay, 50. Basically, it says get a random result, and it'll tell you between 1 and 20. It'll come up with a number, and I don't know if I can see it better that way. Anyways, what you do is you click on get random, and it bounces this number to 15. You can see that. There we go. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. Well, anyways, it's going to do 15, and it does 38, 19, such and such. I really don't think you can see that, but that's alright. That's the way we're going to do it. So if we get like 30 entries, I'm just going to punch in 30, 1 out of 30, and we're going to hit it a couple times. Might even do a D6 roll, where roll D6, and then I punch it, like 5 times, whatever the D6 comes up, and whatever it's up will be the winner, and we'll get this Phoenix Buster, and I will just get a hold of you as soon as I can, and get your address and get this out to you. So, right. So don't forget to subscribe. Definitely comment if you want to win this Phoenix Buster, and become a follower on our Instagram at PerplexedImage, or Twitter at PerplexedImage. And okay, so this was a pretty good weekend. So everybody have a good rest of your weekend. And all right, so we are reminding you that whenever you're going for a KO, don't forget to perplex your damage first. Later, guys.